Mic check. What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Hip-Hop Snapshots. I'm your host, Ross Martinez, and we begin our new 5-episode arc entitled Culture vs. Commerce, Hip-Hop's Identity Crisis. Our conversation in this episode isn't about controversy. It's more about care and how we define hip-hop and who we choose to define it for us in the limelight. So let's go back to a moment that tells us everything about the divide between cultural identity and commercial success. A moment when being joyful, playful, and clean wasn't seen as enough. Today, we're going to be talking about Will Smith and his contributions to hip-hop history. So without further ado, grab that milk crate, take a seat. It's time to talk hip-hop history. Before the blockbuster films, red carpets, or Oscar headlines, Will Smith was simply the Fresh Prince, a young MC from West Philadelphia, born and raised, with a friend named DJ Jazzy Jeff. They made music that was fun, accessible, and family-friendly. Songs like Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble and Parents Just Don't Understand hit big because they were honest, relatable, and clever. They made young people laugh and parents raise their eyebrows as they normally do. Then in 1989, history was made. Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff became the first artists to win a Grammy for Best Rap Performance. But the award wasn't televised. Hip-hop, even when honored, was treated like a side act. So what did Will and Jazzy do? They didn't show up. Alongside Salt and Pepper, Public Enemy, and LL Cool J, they boycotted the show, making it clear that hip-hop wasn't respected. They wouldn't play along and be a token in the game. This was the Fresh Prince's first stand in hip-hop, but not his last. As Will's career grew, so did the criticism around his name. He didn't curse, he smiled on camera, he made songs your mom could dance to and would like to listen to. And in an era where hip-hop was becoming more authentic, raw, and more street level, way more serious, Will was labeled as quote-unquote soft. And Will Smith once famously said, "I don't have to use profanity to sell records." He wasn't judging anyone, he was explaining his path, but the culture took it very personally. Years later, Eminem, one of hip-hop's most explosive voices, referenced that very quote in The Real Slim Shady, saying, "Will Smith don't gotta cuss in his raps to sell records. Well, I do, so fuck him and fuck you too." That line got a lot of laughs, as it just did out of me, but it revealed a bigger divide in hip-hop. This wasn't about lyrics, it was about identity. Will represented a kind of success that didn't match what many saw as quote-unquote authentic. And Eminem, like many others, felt the weight of that comparison. So the question is, did we push Will out because he didn't look like what hip-hop was becoming in that era? Or did we miss the fact that his version of hip-hop was just as authentic, just different? Let's be honest real quick. We do this often in hip-hop. We set invisible rules, who's real, who's not, who's in, who's out. Sometimes that protects the culture. It does. But sometimes it stifles the growth. Here are just a few moments where the gate was closed in hip-hop. MC Hammer was mocked for dancing and the pants, even after building one of the most successful tours of the early 90s. Nicki Minaj faced early pushback for being too pop, despite her lyricism and unmatched delivery. Kanye West was nearly shut out before his debut for not being street enough. Tyler, the Creator, was dismissed for being too weird until he redefined what artistry could look like. And Will Smith, of course, for being joyful and clean. In each case, we have to ask this question. Were we protecting something sacred? Or were we refusing to grow? Will Smith was and still is a storyteller. He brought energy, clarity, and joy to hip-hop. He gave us DJ Jazzy Jeff. He opened global doors. He became the first rap superstar to lead on television, film, and music. And he brought hip-hop with him. We didn't lose Will Smith, but we didn't protect him the way he once tried to protect us. So now we turn the question inward. Is our gatekeeping helping us, or is it holding us back? Have we grown from our mistakes, or just buried them deeper? All right, that's been another episode of Hip-Hop Snapshots. I'm your host, Ross Martinez, as you go out there, dig in some crates, get your knowledge up, collect more music, create, get inspired, but be hip-hop. Whatever that looks like for you. All right, I'm out. Peace.